What's up, everyone? I'm making another video here. I wanted to talk about a big tournament that we just had in Canada, the Montreal Open. This was put on by Buffa Distributions. My sponsor, Storm, was a big sponsor for it. A lot of other companies were. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to Mark, Frank Buffa, Buffa Distributions, Club 440, all the sponsors. It was an absolutely amazing event. It was an absolutely amazing tournament. If you're looking to bowl a great tournament, I suggest going to the Montreal Open next year. It's got lots of cash involved, which is always good. Bowlers like to make money, but at the same time, it was just so smoothly run, and it's just a great event. The oil pattern that we bowled on, I honestly thought was extremely fair. From what I saw, if you had good ball reaction as well as made really good shots, you were able to score. If you didn't have good ball motion and you didn't make the good shots, you were punished. And that's how bowling should be. You're going to reward the guys who create good ball motion and make good shots. Punish the ones who aren't. And just simply, Mark, if you see this, Frank, all you guys, you did a fantastic job. I loved your event. I cannot wait to go bowl it again next year. As for me, unfortunately, I missed the cut by 4 pins. I had 2 squads where I bowled absolutely terrible. I had another squad that my low game was 182, my high game was 210 in the 5 games, and unfortunately that only got me to +4. I had the squad that I was closest at, I finished +29. So I'm gonna kind of break down what I saw for myself anyways. I really struggled on the fresh. Medium patterns have really kind of been a tough thing for me, especially out of the gate. And where I really struggled was the fact that if I went into anything that was a little bit weaker, it was nowhere near enough ball. If I got into some bigger pieces, they either forced me too far left to right, or as soon as that first little transition move came, I could not consistently get to the pocket as well as strike. That's pretty much where my downfall was. I tried a lot of different pieces. I tried a Pro Motion on fresh. I tried a Supersonic. I tried a Crux Prime. I tried a Halo with a very unique layout. The Halo that I have is laid out 120 by 2 by 45. Makes it very weak. It's actually great on short patterns. I didn't bring urethane because I can't slow hook urethane. My ball roll doesn't allow me to do it. My ball speed is very high. It really made me had to go back and this tournament made me go back and take a look at my ball lineup for fresh medium and try and figure something out, because I just could not get the right matchup. Like I said, any of my weaker stuff or weaker laid out stuff, I couldn't get it to hook off that friction spot in the track area where you should have started. All my bigger stuff forced me too far left to right, which really put me in jail. So anytime that I made any sort of a bad shot, whether it was a little fast or a little grabby, I was punished instantly for it. I only had one game that I shot plus games 1 and 2. It just wasn't good. Transition, I actually had a pretty good looking transition. I threw a physics that is laid out 90 by 5 by 60. It's my favorite layout for a lot of balls. I put that layout on pretty much everything. I had it scuffed up with a 2000 pad just so it would kind of read the mid lane and stop a little bit, because I just kept finding the more angle I tried to create, the worse my ball reaction was. And it gave me a great look in transition. Like I said, I had a squad where I shot +4. I wasn't just able to strike enough, and that was probably more so my own personal execution that was the problem than anything. The next squad that I bowled when I shot the +29, I found a pair where I really matched up well with that. I shot a 250 game, shot 210 after that. I was +40 going into the last game, And unfortunately, the last pair I hit, I just really missed a move. Ninth and 10th frame, I was able to strike out for 189, which got me to plus 29, and the cut, was plus 33 or 34. So I just missed. That kind of sums up my tournament. It was still a great tournament. Unfortunately, it really didn't go the way that I had hoped. I just did not bowl well for a few of my squads. The squads that I did bowl well, I just wasn't able to get enough pins. But it's the way it goes sometimes. I was able to bowl this past weekend and absolutely bowled phenomenal at the Players Tour in London, Ontario. And it's just how it is. We all have good days and bad days, but it's always how you respond from those good days and bad days and what you take away from it. And but overall, Montreal Open, absolutely amazing event. Pattern was, again, very, very fair to the bowlers. It was such a joy to be able to bowl it because of how fair it was and how well Mark and his staff did. The live streaming was great. Mark and Guillaume in the booth are always hilarious. If you get a chance to come down and bowl that tournament, if you're coming from the States or wherever you're going to come from, make sure you get out to it next year. So again, Mark, guys, thank you so much for running a great event. And we'll see you next year.